Greg Shoemaker, TriStateFootball.com, here at CHCA with head coach Eric Taylor. Coach went 10-0 in the regular season last year and 11-1 overall, and second time you've finished undefeated since you got here 7 years ago now, I think it will be. And boy, what another great season. But again, moving forward, it looks like you could be in for even bigger and better things in 2014.
You know, a lot to be seen. Our guys are working really hard. We had a special senior class that we're losing, and we lost a lot of 3-year starters and a lot of guys that have made a big impact in the CHCA football program and CHCA community altogether. So we have some big losses, some big shoes to fill. But our guys they're working really hard. We have a great core group back. We have 5 or 6 starters back on both sides of the ball. And a good mix of players, skill and a little bit of size, and so it's going to be exciting to see how we grow and develop this off season, and how we go next year.
You talk about that great mix, but it does seem to be that way for you. There's always kids coming up to replace the seniors, whether young sophomores, freshmen, whatever. But how important is it to have that mix? I mean, because it seems like even though you graduated some great kids, there's still great kids left to keep going on.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a program that starts. We start kids here in preschool, and our football program here starts in 3rd grade. So we have some great coaches at our 3rd grade class and up. Our middle school staff has been really, really good, led by Chad Leland, and so it's one of those things that they just. They work hard with our guys at a young age, and honestly, we have good kids that work very hard. They do what we ask them to do. They're very coachable. We spend a lot of time. A lot of teams in the league aren't able to. Will cancel JV games. We will not miss a JV game. When the years we can have a freshman team, we'll have a freshman team. We make a lot of sacrifices to make those things happen because. Our goal is that we're going to develop our young guys. When we're at practice, we have a varsity practice going on one side of the field on defense, and we'll have a JV/freshman going on the other side of the field with offense, and we have our varsity coaches coaching both groups. So, our freshmen are getting the same exact instruction that our seniors are, and I really feel that by doing that and putting such an emphasis on those young guys that they're ready to play a lot quicker, and we're able to reload a little quicker because of that.
You guys get to the playoffs every year, but it seems like getting to the regional final game has been a bit of a struggle. As you look at the program, where do you think you need to improve to get over that hump?
That's a great point. We've been really questioning a lot of that. One of the things that we've worked hard this off season is I've been teaching a leadership course with our players, and it's having a group of, again, we have great kids. We have very hard workers. Sometimes our guys aren't vocal enough and things like that. So we're really working on developing some great leadership skills with these guys. And it's. Just getting a couple breaks. It's a tough sport, ball bounce anyway, and we've missed some opportunities. We've lost to some very good football teams. So we've got to get a little tougher. We've got to just fight through some of those close games, and I think we get better each year. I think our kids start to understand what it takes each year, and making the playoffs 5 out of 6 years and advancing 4 out of those 5 years is, it's quite an honor, and I'm very proud of that for our team and our program. But like you said, we've got to make that next step. So.
Well, let's talk about the offense in 2014. What do you like about your squad that's coming back, and what excites you about this group? Because it seems like you're just loaded at the skills positions.
It's interesting because each year, being a small school, we have to tweak things and adjust things. You talk about us reloading year after year and things like that, but there's times when we're going from a little heavier run game to a little heavier pass game to a 4-man front to a 3-man front on defense. Being a small school, we have to adjust to the talent that we have, and we have a great group of receivers coming back as the guys have talked about. And we have some very skilled linemen coming back. We're going to make some adjustments up front as well. We'll have a couple young men competing for the quarterback spot that are dual threat guys. So we'll have just a little different flavor there, and I think we'll be able to stay balanced. That's what I'm excited about. There's been years when we had to throw the ball 60% of the time. There's been years we've had to run the ball 60+% of the time, vice versa. And I really think that this is a group that we can be right down the middle, throw to pass 50%, and have some different weapons and athletes to make plays happen.
One thing I like about your defense is you got a bunch of hitters on that side of the football.
Yeah.
Tell us about that side of the ball and what comes back in 2014.
Absolutely. It's interesting. A lot of people, when they think about CHCA, they immediately start talking about offense because, well before I was ever at CHCA was an early school to start running the spread in the area, and really became known for a little bit of a, pass-happy, quick-tempo offense kind of place, and many see that as an exciting brand of football. One thing that people don't think about until the last couple of years, they've started to realize that our defense has a great identity, and Coach Simpson does an amazing job with our defense. Our guys play hard, they play fast, they're relentless. They fly to the football. A lot of those guys like Jonah James and Bobby Muma and Joe Paroz and Prince Salmons and John Allen at corner. There's a lot of guys that are, and I've left some guys out as well, but there's a lot of guys that are back that that are ready to get after it and fly around.
What's the one thing you're most proud of since you've taken over this program and where it is, from where it started to where it is now?
It's just seeing our guys that come back, our alumni that come back, and they'll be on their first day of spring break. Just in the last couple of weeks, I've had many of the football players that come back in, and they're on college spring break, and they come back to Cincinnati, and they want to suddenly stroll into the high school and say hi to some of their teachers and say hi to the coaches and the athletic trainer, and they're great kids that care about people that have invested time in them, and watching those guys grow and develop is, watching guys that have had the opportunity to move on and play college football, and seeing them fulfill their dreams, and to me, that's really what it's all about, because at the end of the day, it's them becoming men of character.
There you go. Head coach Eric Taylor of the CHCA Eagles.